Now, who would you rather the Titans roll with at quarterback, Malik Willis or Will Levis during Tannehill's absence? Sam, the chat is yours.
Balthazar says Levis. Micah says Levis. Jacqueline says Malik. Levis from Rooney and Eddie and Memory Mix. We've got a Malik from Rambo. We've got Levis from Darius, Clay, Steven, Lone Walker. We've got Mr. Wrong says Levis. John says Levis. So does Jaron. Steven says Willis. Ed says Malik Willis. Levis from Eric. Levis from Gene. Curtis wants to know why we're surprised he was positive on Malik, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But we've got Andrew believes Levis. Devin wants me to play quarterback for the Titans, which, sign me up. I'll take a 1 week contract for whatever the guys on the practice squad make. That's what I'll take. Pistol Ramsey says Levis. Mark says Levis. Danny says Levis. So does Titan South. So does Linwood. Chris says Malik Willis by far. Curtis is on Malik. Caleb says Levis because he's already seen Willis. Top Tier says Malik. Raz says Malik. We've got Jody on Willis. Darren on Willis. Jeremy on Willis. Yuri's on Levis. Another Malik. Malik with a short leash. It kind of split. I'd say the majority goes to Will Levis here. But
the majority Will Levis.
Yeah, but continue to surprise me, Austin, with the contingent of Titans fans and how many Titans fans are still down to ride with Malik Willis at quarterback.
Yeah, what do you think? I want you to go first.
Will Levis, hands down.
Hands down.
I would, it's time. Now, I don't have much doubt about this. I've been a Will Levis guy since they drafted him. I think his fit in this offense could be very, very, very good, especially with how well he does in play action, especially with his arm strength, his ability to fit balls into tight windows. I like that he's not afraid to take shots. I like that he has good athleticism to escape the pocket, but doesn't rely on his athleticism the same way Malik does. I think that's really good for the Titans. I think you have a bad offensive line, a quarterback who doesn't want to throw the football, and a guy whose first response is flight instead of fight in Malik Willis in the pocket. And so I look at this, and Malik Willis being sacked on 17.5% of his career dropbacks. It's the second highest rate for a quarterback with 50 pass attempts in the last 30 seasons. This is not an offensive line thing. Is the Titans' offensive line bad? Certainly. But when you start talking about a historic sack rate for Malik Willis, who's one bad game, one game of being sacked away from being the most sacked quarterback in the last 30 seasons, there is something to do with the quarterback there. Not to mention, so I believe Will Levis gives the Titans right now the best chance to win over Malik Willis. Not to mention the fact that you drafted him 33rd overall, traded up to get him, and your current general manager traded up to get him, not John Robinson. Rand Carthon traded up to get him and was willing to trade into the first round to go get him. You've made an investment. I think if you ask anybody in the Titans building, there is no doubt in their mind right now that the plan is for Will Levis to be your quarterback next season. That is the Titans' plan, or at least it should be logically when you look at the moves that they made last offseason. To me, you take every chance you can to get that guy some experience in games and see what you have in him. I don't think there's a much better spot to do it than at home on an alumni weekend where the fans are going to be rocking and supporting against a mid-Atlanta Falcons team with basically zero expectations and 2 weeks to prepare. This is the time to roll with Will Levis. And if it's not now, I don't think it's ever in the 2023 season.
All right, so I see Darren says the Boo Birds are coming too. Talking about the Titans audience, the fans at Nissan Stadium. It's not exactly like Falcons fans travel. especially if that's one of the shorter road trips for opposing fans either. I did want to get to a couple comments that I favorited too before I give my answer. Pastor Raymond says, this has the potential to divide the team and the fan base. Yeah, it does. I think that is the duel that I put on the graphic for a reason, is because Pastor Raymond is exactly correct. There is a duel. Now, here's the good thing. A lot was discussed and talked about how Malik and Will bonded and how they are friends. There's a mutual
They've
respect.
both done a great job.
There's a good relationship there that is very, 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 very positive. That is an amazing thing. And you love to see that. You have to have that, because to be honest, if Ryan Tannehill misses significant amount of time, they're going to need both of these guys. And so, that's the situation that they're at. So, Skeptile gives a super chat, says, can the Titans play Atlanta with Derrick Henry and Wildcat all game? Put Big Jeff in on the O-line and get some push too. Now, that's a funny comment, but I mean, Ryan,
we'll see some Derrick and Wildcat.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick's only one touchdown pass away from tying for the team lead this season in touchdown passes. So, look, my answer to this question is also Will Levis. I think I've seen enough of Malik as a starter, and I've seen enough of Malik as a opportunity to be a long-term fix. I wanted Malik to be better against Baltimore. I changed my grade from a D- in the post-game show to a D+ after I saw James Foster's A to Z Sports Film Room and his breakdown on how bad NPF was. But to me, Malik struggled in college at things, and he is continuing to struggle in the league with those things. And if you're bad in college at something, you're not going to be adequate at that in the NFL. Jake Locker, great example. Oh, Jake Locker, all the tools, all this stuff. Washington, if he came out a year earlier, he would have been maybe the number 1 overall pick, but he went back for his senior year. Jake Locker's accuracy was bad in college. His accuracy was bad in the NFL. And Malik struggles to keep his eyes up when he's moving in college, and he's struggling to do the same thing in the NFL. I always will blame Hugh Freeze for part of this, because Hugh Freeze's rules for Malik at Liberty were first read open, throw it. First read not open, run it. And that won Malik and Hugh Freeze a lot of games at Liberty, to where Hugh Freeze is now the Auburn head coach.